What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about that Raiden-themed Nova Blast cabinet that Unico has coming out. The one that I'm sure you've seen images of on Facebook and social media. Of course, I'm assuming that you follow them on social media and you're paying attention to what they're releasing, which, to be fair, in the past, it really hasn't been that much. Now, they did have some success with these little mini players, these set-top boxes. They came loaded with a bunch of Neo Geo games, and you could plug them into your TV and plug a controller into them. And if you are a Neo Geo fan, these things were actually pretty cool. Unfortunately, they followed that up with an uninspired handheld that was kind of small and the quality really wasn't there. It was loaded with Neo Geo games, but in a world where Ambernic is coming out with a brand new device every couple months, this just failed to make a splash. But what did make a splash was their Nova Blast arcade cabinet. This was an all-metal structure, designs that were inspired by the candy cabs from, Japanese arcades back in the 90s. Very much inspired by the look of my Sega Astro City right there. And this promised to be a way for you to play all your games. Pre-wired with the JAMA standard, which is the arcade wiring standard that lasted for decades. You could just simply plug in an arcade board, but you could also plug in a PC and a console, and this promised to be sort of an all-in-one gaming solution, especially when it came equipped with that brand new 26-inch LCD monitor, 4:3, the proper aspect ratio. Unfortunately, the rollout was not quite as smooth as I'm sure they would have hoped. There was some shipping delays, there was some shipping issues, there was some quality issues, and the rollout, like I said, could have been better. But it is vastly improved now. Not perfect, but much improved. Now, if you're looking for a current, what you could expect if you were to order one right now, I'll link a video up there, of me actually doing an unboxing of this cabinet just a few months ago. So riding that wave of positivity, Unico has decided to announce a second version of this. Now, one of the cool features about the old candy cabs from back in the day was that you could rotate the screen, easily setting them up for either horizontal or vertical gameplay. This one is going to be focused on vertical gameplay because the games that are going to be included in this are going to be in the Raiden series. And we're going to get to the entire games list in just one second. Let's go ahead and take a look at the images. You can see right off the bat, I pulled up this one. These are the new renders. These aren't actual photos of the cabinet yet, but this is what you're going to see on their website when it's time to buy. A couple things to maybe things to consider. Maybe this is hopefully just an early render and they're going to change this, but I'm curious why they have Raiden 2 artwork on the side, but the whole front of the cab, including the marquee, is just Raiden 1, the first game. It's kind of weird. Other than that, right off the bat, you see this thing is black versus white. A lot of people prefer that look. It even looks like it's kind of a matte color. Now, the white version is powder coated, so I'm assuming this is also going to be powder coated. So this is not just painted metal. It's powder coated, should be much more durable. But I really like the black design. Something to also take note of is this is the U4 version, not the U2. You can tell by the marquee pod on top. The good thing about that is you can swap out that marquee to really whatever you want, and it's going to showcase the game much better than that other version. Now, if you take a look at the second image where I kind of zoom into the bar top portion of the Nova Blast, you can see another key difference between this render and the original Nova Blast. Now, this render shows only 6 buttons per player, but the original Nova Blast had 8. Now, I was told this is going to have all the same functionality as that original version, but if you're going to bring a console to the party and try to play console games, you're really going to need an 8-button layout, not 6. Maybe this is just an issue with the render. I don't know. We'll know more next month. Okay, so now let's take a look at all the awesome shoot-'em-ups that are going to be included on this cabinet. And of course, it's a Raiden theme, so let's go ahead and start with the first game, which is Raiden, the first one. It came out in 1990, developed by Cebu, but also published by Tecmo, the only game in the series to be published by Tecmo. And it takes place in the year 2090, where you must defend the Earth from the alien species, the Crystals. The second game is going to be Raiden 2, which came out in 1993. This is a personal favorite of mine, and it was much the same as Raiden 1, but it introduced the greatest shmup weapon of all time, the Bend Plasma and the Cluster Bomb. Very awesome. Raiden DX came out in 1994, and it was sort of an updated version of Raiden 2, and it featured new game mechanics and additional content. The fourth included game is going to be Raiden Fighters, which debuted in 1996. Now, this game is actually unrelated to the Raiden series. It started out life as a game called Gun Dogs, and they changed the name right before it debuted, and instead of fighting aliens, you're fighting an evil dictator. Raiden Fighters 2 Operation Helldive debuted in 1997. Taking place 4 years later, it's much the same with new levels, new weapons, new aircraft colors, and of course a new evil dictator. Next up is Raiden Fighters Jet, which debuted in 1998. It's the third Fighters game featuring a new stage branching mechanic that moves from training simulation to real missions. Now, in addition to those 6 games, there is also a mystery 7th game that they didn't even tell me about. I don't know what it is. I'm hoping it's going to be Viper Phase 1. That would make the most sense. It's made by Cebu. It came out in 1995. It's very much like the Raiden series. That would make the most sense to me, but who knows? It's I don't know. It's probably Paperboy. Seems to be the thing that these companies like to do. They put Paperboy on everything. Now, I want to show you a quick video of the cabinet. This was at the Tokyo show that this debuted at, and there's no audio, and it's not the best quality, and you can see all the text on this video is very unnecessary. But this kind of gives you an idea of what this looks like. Overall size is exactly like the Nova Blast, the U4. That black color looks very muted, kind of matte, maybe not matte, more like a satin color. Not reflective, I think, is the main thing. Artwork seems to be what we see in the renders, and the button layout also seems to be the same. So that's going to be something that's going to be like a source of contention if you expect this to have all the same functionality as the original Nova Blast. Okay guys, so that about does it for this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section below. Are you excited about this release? Which version of the cabinet do you like better, the white version or the black version? Do you care about the Raiden series of games? Are you thinking maybe you can pick this up and turn it into your own personal shmup cabinet? I mean, why be limited to just Raiden? But I mean, come on, we all know Raiden 2 is the best game ever. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. You all have a blessed day, and I will see all of you next time. I may have to get this one. Where am I going to put it?